Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You're watching the Urban Debate here on Mirror Now. Here is the irony of India's Silicon Valley. It houses India's top IT companies like Wipro and Infosys. It generates a GDP of about 14 lakh crore rupees every year. And it also tops the list for being India's deadliest metros. Not Delhi, not Mumbai. It is Bengaluru that tops the NCRB charts for the maximum number of civic negligence deaths in the city. A city that gives IT solutions to the world has no solutions for its potholes. How's that possible? Institutional accountability is nil, and so when 32-year-old Medha, the girl on your screens, an employee at the local EPF office, the Employee Provident Fund office, was crushed to death on the road courtesy a pothole, the response from the Karnataka government was at best defensive. Medha was riding pillion when the car in front of her braked suddenly to dodge a pothole. The two-wheeler she was on lost its balance. She fell and was crushed by a goods vehicle that was coming behind her. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a citizen who has lost her life at the hands of a corrupt and incompetent system that she funded via the taxes she paid. Citizens of Bengaluru by now are used to it. They've heard the promises of the municipality and the netas and have given up now. They were on the streets, angry and frustrated.
Joining us right now, some are the locals who live here and who are the ones who are raising the issue about how poor infrastructure and bad roads had led to the loss of a life. So let's ask them what really happened and what are their demands that they're putting forth right now.
No, we want mainly the road, not only in this way, entire the electronic city road, because this is the only way which is meeting the Huskor gate, the Hosur road and all. So until we have only one way, and throughout the year they're saying we have water connection work, this work, that work.
Also proper compensation for the family. And also, madam, there is no street lights at night. There are no street lights at night, right? Once you come, it'll be extremely dangerous, especially for two-wheelers, right? We can't see the road and the potholes filled with water, right? We can't judge. So yeah. So we need street lights also, madam.
Here too much of traffic is there near the Mahindra area and the second cross. So at least one road police should be there who can manage the...
For the sixth consecutive year, ladies and gentlemen, Bengaluru reported the most number of deaths caused by the negligence of civic bodies amongst Indian cities. Now, NCRB data for 2024 released in May this year showed the city recorded 17 such deaths. Delhi was at 4 fatalities, was the only other Indian city to report such deaths. Of the 19 Indian cities in the NCRB data, no other city, including Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Chennai, Hyderabad and Kolkata, recorded a single death in this category. Before this, Bengaluru reported 20 deaths in 2023, 22 in 2022, 31 in 2021, 18 in 2020 and 49 in 2019. These are deaths because of civic negligence. It shows you the gravity of the situation. Several promises, as you know, have been made by the Karnataka government over the last many years. This is what Bengaluru's pothole promise looks like on paper as far as this government is concerned. In September last year, Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar of the Congress had set a 1-month deadline to fix potholes. Cut to June this year. That deadline has been extended by another 6 months. On the day of the extension in September last year, this is what Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, who's now the Chief Minister, is by the way also Bangalore's Development Minister, had promised. He had said, I'm quoting him now, I'm committed to solving Bengaluru's pothole issues. While the opposition is busy with politics, we are working on easing the daily struggles of Bangaloreans. He also claimed in that very tweet in September, nearly 7,000 potholes have already been repaired and work continues on over 5,000 more. That is D.K. Shivakumar. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, potholes remain. People continue to die and taxpayers' money continues to drown in Bengaluru's seemingly unrepairable potholes. Just take a look at the data on your screens. It has been shared by BJP's Karnataka MP Tejasvi Surya. Is actually from Bangalore. And the data he put out is on how much money has been spent since 2022 when the Congress government came to power. 7 crore rupees, 12.25 crore rupees, 750 crore rupees, 2,200 crore rupees, 65 crore rupees, and then 2,000 crore rupees more this year. The BJP is taking aim at the Congress, forgetting its own track record of potholes. Listen in.
The collapse of infrastructure is not only limited to Bangalore or Anekal. Entire Karnataka is facing this crisis. Of course, I do accept that the state government is spending more than 51 crores for the guarantee schemes. At the same time, it's the responsibility of the government to give funds for the basic infrastructure, which the Congress government has completely failed, because of which such tragedies are taking place.
First of all, I would like to condone the death of the person, the lady's death. For no fault of hers, she has lost her life because of the blunder of the GBA or the corporation of Bengaluru Corporation and the government of Karnataka, Congress government in the state of Karnataka. There are a lot of potholes, it is full of potholes. So the Congress government, even after coming to the power after 3 years, 3 months, still they are not able to address the infrastructure of the Bengaluru city.
The response of the ruling dispensation is classic. Santosh Lad, the Labour Minister, is in the eye of a storm after his tone-deaf statement on Medha's death. He's saying a pothole does not mean that the entire infrastructure of the city is poor or that the government has not spent money. In fact, he's going on to blame the BJP, the previous BJP government, for the situation of Bengaluru's roads.
Saddened for it. My sympathy is there. The reason is definitely there could be chances that there would be some pothole. So just the pothole is there, it doesn't mean that the entire infrastructure or we have not spent money. We have spent more money. If you want, always every year we are given justification. We are given justification here. If it is because of the pothole, it is a sad thing. But whatever BJP is claiming, we cannot speak about BJP. We have seen the entire country today, the way roads are, the national highways, the states which BJP have ruled. And if they have done very good roads in this past 10 years there, they had up in the central also, they had the state here. If they had made the best of roads, today this road should have been not in this condition.
Let the relevant people check that. Accidents can be from different various reasons. Whatever is the reason is, that should be rectified. We are in the process to, redo the whole road network of Bangalore city, and we'll ensure every road will be upgraded for the commuter safety.
Ladies and gentlemen, Congress government or BJP government, Bengaluru's potholes have survived all governments. During the previous BJP regime, some 6,000 crore rupees was sanctioned for Bengaluru's roads. Only about 3,000 crore rupees was spent. Now the BJP, led by MP Tejasvi Surya, has claimed that 5,500 crore rupees have been spent by the Congress in the last 3 years to fix the city's potholes, but there is no evidence of any work done. He is demanding a white paper on the money spent alleging corruption. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the crux of the problem. The potholes are not the killers. It's not a pothole that has killed Medha. It is institutional corruption that has. My guest this evening, GS Prashant, is spokesperson of the BJP in Karnataka, joining us on the broadcast. Dhruv Jatti, spokesperson of the Congress party in Karnataka, joining us. Sandeep Aniruddhan, convener, Citizens Agenda for Bengaluru, thank you very much. And Manoj Vadhwa is a pothole activist. He is joining us on the broadcast. Dhruv Jatti, there is no one denying that the Congress government in the last 3 years has not spent money on potholes. I just want to know where that money has gone. Because it has certainly not gone towards fixing these potholes. Because had the potholes been fixed, Medha wouldn't have died.
Shreya, money isn't the metric. Life saved is the metric. And definitely today we've gotten it wrong. I mean, as a citizen of Bengaluru myself, paying tax, looking at how the infrastructure has been in the city, whether it was during BJP's tenure or even during the current tenure, it's something that definitely disappoints everybody. I'm talking from a common citizen's point of view because I don't want to politicize the death of somebody who, it was horrific. I've seen the videos of what happened. It was genuinely horrific. The only thing what I want to say is that we genuinely need a system that's accountable. We keep speaking about these deaths that happen, but let's speak about who is actually behind this. Why not the media expose who the engineer is, who the contractor is? Let's get their faces out on television. Let's expose the real people who are behind this.
Dhruv Jatti, that is the media's job. That is the media's job to keep a track of who's doing what and who's the one behind the institutional failure. I thought that was the government's job.
The government is going
to ensure that if if officials are not doing their job and the municipality is not doing their job and it is highly corrupt and pocketing all that money, isn't it the government's job to pull them up and expose them and throw them out?
Definitely the government is going to do that, Shreya. You see, I'm not speaking as a spokesperson from the Congress. I'm genuinely speaking as a citizen on your platform today. All right, the government is genuinely going to find out who the contractors, the engineers were, but let the media run a campaign as well on this. It's important. People genuinely need to find out who these crooks are who are behind these kind of roads.
It's the government's job to do it. It's not the media's job. It's the government's job to do it. I understand what you're saying. My point is 5,500 crore rupees have been spent in the last 3 years by the Congress government to fix Bengaluru's roads. That is the job of the media to tell citizens. Now the government has to tell citizens where they have spent this money, because that money certainly has not been spent to fix potholes.
There's an audit report that is given across the Legislative Assembly every year. It's publicly available. You can pick that up and put it right in front of us and I can explain it to you. But again, I repeat, money spent is not the metric. The metric over here is the life saved. And today we have definitely gotten it wrong. I have been on great, amazing roads in Bengaluru, and I have been on pathetic roads in Bengaluru during BJP's tenure, during our tenure as well. The fact is, it's a systematic problem literally at the grassroots, the engineers, the contractors who get away with it. We speak about this in a very lavish way on national media and on television and, put sympathy across, etc., etc. But how in the world do these people get away with this? That is the big question. The number of deaths that you put across. Do you know the convention? Prashant, wait. You will get your turn to speak. Prashant,
you're trying to lecture people on what they should have done. Instead of accepting responsibility for our innocent citizens' death, you're trying to now blame that media has to depict the contractors. Shame on you, shame on Congress. Have some accountability first. The buck stops with the Bengaluru Development Minister or the Chief Minister now. The buck stops with him. It is not the media's job to point out
the buck now. You speak about your tenure.
Contractors. It is the government's job.
You speak about your tenure. It makes no sense. The more you interrupt,
gentlemen, if both of you speak over each other, gentlemen, if both of you speak over each other, our viewers will not understand anything. Exactly, and the whole point is for our viewers to hear all points of views, right?
Exactly.
So, we will let Prashant. We'll give Prashant time to respond to what you're saying.
Let me just complete what I had to say.
But Dhruv, your entire premise that the media needs to expose corruption and the government will just sit and do nothing doesn't really hold.
The government will sit. No, Shrey, I did not say the government will sit and do nothing. They will definitely look at how the entire thing had taken place. But I have a very simple point to make over here. Why is there zero convictions on pothole-related deaths? That is my biggest point over here. How are these people getting away with it? That is the only point I have to make over here. Maybe Manoj Ji is a pothole activist. I too am an equal pothole activist by living in Bengaluru and by paying taxes and seeing this, damn apathy in the city. It's destructive. BJP, Congress, and I hope Prashant has the equal amount of maturity to agree that this was the same apathy during their tenure as well.
Yes, because Prashant Ji cannot.
Congress, I am telling you that this apathy has continued, and this system genuinely requires more amount of transformation. Now, please bring an equal.
Who will
BJP
do this transformation?
Speak about this.
I want to know, Mr. Prashant, you can come in, but who will do this transformation? The BJP ran a rotten government. It was voted out of power. It was voted out of power because the promise by the Congress was it will fill potholes, right? Which is why the Congress party was chosen. Now you are not being able to do it either. Mr. Prashant,
Shreya,
the record
yes,
was
I'll answer
equally bad, if not worse, during your time, huh?
Shreya, I'm not even disputing that the road conditions were extremely better during the 3-year period of BJP rule during 2020, late 2019 to 23. I'm not disputing it. The roads were bad, not to the extent that it's gone bad now. And I also debated multiple times on national television, even then, about the condition of roads and the potholes. And the people are intelligent enough. They did not buy the governance structure of BJP then. We have to accept it on national television. And they gave a mandate of 135 seats to Congress for what? If Congress is to now blame the BJP and the RSS for the potholes which were existed then, assuming the city had potholes then, you have had 3.5 years of misgovernance and misrule now, and 5,500 crores spent on what? And you're now trying to lecture media on saying that they should put out the photo of the contractors. The Congress government is the one who's given the tenders, and they've collected more than 1 lakh or 1,50,000 to fill up each pothole. This is on record, which means the amount of corruption that is happening in the Congress government is unprecedented. And if you look at the ministers that they have taken back into the cabinet, accused in the scam back in the cabinet, accused in the houses scam back in the cabinet, and the CM statement is worthwhile. That I'm also out on bail. Rahul Gandhi out on bail, Sonia Gandhi out on bail on corruption charges, Shiv Kumar out on bail. So therefore, corruption,
Pointless.
Shreya,
As long as
somebody
has
in
died today
corruption,
because of a
Congress
pothole,
will
and you
not
have
bother
this
about
BJP
development.
spokesperson
But
talking
Prashant,
about politics, disgusting, shameless, politicizing
Because
somebody's death to come on a show and speak
Dhruv
about
Jyoti,
politics.
you
must
are
hang your head in shame.
ultimately, ultimately the accountability will have to be political. Ek minute, gentlemen, just a minute, please. Dhruv, point is ultimately accountability will have to be political. Therefore, the matter will have to be politicized. There's a reason why people in this country choose state governments and chief ministers.
Keep it constructive. Keep
Arey
it
bhaiya,
constructive.
you have not managed to do anything constructive in 3 years, and you're saying keep it constructive after the death of a 32-year-old.
Now the BJP spokesperson speaks about corruption. Wasn't 40% Sarkara a whole entire jubilee during the last tenure? Who are they to give us a moral lecture on corruption?
The court has struck it down. You went to the court has struck. There was no allegations on the 40%.
It is in the minds of people. It is in the minds of people.
Mr. Prashant, you know, even your most ardent supporters, Mr. Prashant, even your most ardent supporters will not say that the BJP ran a clean government in Karnataka. The reason you were voted out was because the perception in the minds of people was that you ran a highly corrupt government. Anyway, let
perception, we lost power. Are we even disputing it? We lost the power based on perceptions, not realities. But now the reality is a 32-year-old dying in a pothole is a reality. It is not a perception. The death has happened, and Congress is saying keep it apolitical. What nonsense is this? The buck must stop with the CM and the Home Minister talks and everything else. Where is the law and order? The people in prison are found with mobile phones, and the Home Minister says that he will only suspend the officials. Therefore, for the Congress government, the buck doesn't stop with them. They're trying to pass on the blame. They do not take accountability. So Dhruv Jyoti, Congress and its leadership has to take accountability for what has happened, and you're directly responsible for the death of the 30-year-old.
Let's not forget that about 35 people died. Mr. Prashant, let's not forget that 35 people died in Bengaluru because of potholes during the BJP regime as well. But Sandeep Anirudhan,
are we even disputing that? No.
No, you're not.
People have given us the biggest lesson. People taught a big lesson saying you did not.
The point is no one, Anirudh, the point is no one is learning a lesson here. Aja, theek hai, both of you please. You know, Sandeep, the point is no one is learning a lesson here. You have been coming to Mirana for the last 5 years, 6 years. And these are exactly the discussions we've had. First, there was a BJP government. Now there's a Congress government. That is the only difference. People continue to die. People continue to pay taxes. We are paying our taxes to die in potholes, essentially.
Shreya, actually, the villain in this whole thing is politics, actually. Because the political parties want to hold on to Bangalore and govern it from the state that this whole problem arises. Be it BJP, be it Congress, both have done the same thing. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So be it Congress or be it BJP, they hold on to the governance of the city, violating the Constitution's 74th Amendment. This is where the core of the problem lies, because the state wants to run the city. State doesn't have a capacity to run every city in the state. The 74th Amendment requires that there be a planning authority for the city, the Metropolitan Planning Committee. There should be proper planning norms. We don't have any. Bangalore is a template for urban ruin, according to the Supreme Court, due to unplanned development. And to make things worse, the other aspect of 74th Amendment is to devolve governance. You're supposed to have an autonomous city government, not the state government running the city, not the state government managing funds, not the state government scamming the whole system. At least if it is devolved to the level of the city and to the wards. 2019, the High Court of Karnataka, this is an operative order. 2019, the High Court issued an order saying that potholes should be fixed by the ward committees of every ward, because that the ward committees are closest to the locality, and under their supervision, potholes have to be fixed by the engineer of the ward, and the engineer has to submit a report of all the potholes fixed every month to the commissioner. This is an operative order, 2019. It has not been dismissed or anything. Why is the state government or the corporation not following this? If this was followed, all these potholes would be fixed. Because the problem is, Bangalore's run on a very centralized model. The corporation wants to fix everything under itself. At least now it is split into 5, so it's lesser area. But still, it's one corporation trying to fix everything. It proves miserable at doing it. The system is badly broken, and there is no transparency. There's no liability. In fact, these corporations don't even get audited. The other problem is, when contracts are issued, there is just about no transparency. What prevents the government from having a board every kilometer on a road stating which engineer oversaw the road tarring, which contractor did this, what is the liability period, and what is the warranty period for that road? Who should be contacted if the road is broken? Even that will fix the problem only to some extent. What we need is a proper transparency in the process, and we need to have proper liability. The courts have issued, of course, orders saying that there should be some compensation given, but the courts have also issued orders saying that whoever is in charge of laying that road, if it has potholes, or is the supervisor for that road, if it is not fixed, should be held liable. FIR should be filed. Has the state, has anybody filed FIRs against them is a question. Then, if we really need to fix this, I don't think the government on its own, or even if the corporation is functioning fully to the point of devolution in a country like India, will ever do anything right. I think we need a separate police. We need a civic policing of some kind. We need a inspectorate and enforcement agency whose job will only be to inspect every public asset repeatedly, periodically, and certify that this is safe to use. Quality is right. If a road stretch is not certified by this agency saying that this is safe, there are no potholes, that road should be shut down. If we don't do something as drastic as that, this is not going to get fixed, because every year, Shreya, if you look at the last 5 years or 10 years, every year the government is spending anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 crores only on potholes. So what is this magical thing they're doing, that they spend 3,000, 2,000 crores every year,
it is magic,
and potholes never get fixed?
It is magic. It is magic. Mr. Vadhwa, this is magic. You lost your firstborn to a pothole. This is magic in Bangalore and in Bangalore. That 2,000 to 3,000 crore rupees can get spent every year, but potholes will not be fixed. Problem kya hai? Dikkat kya hai? There's so much bad press that a city like Bangalore gets, whether it is the Congress government or whether it was the BJP government before that. But no one seems to be in a position to fix these potholes. Are they unrepairable? Or is the corruption in this country unrepairable, because of which people like your son die, because of which people like Medha die?
Yeah, I was just looking into my name. It is mentioned pothole activist. So I am a pothole activist by force, not by choice. So God should not give this chance to anybody to become a pothole activist because of this reason. You can be by your choice, it's fine. But unfortunately, I can see the fighting between both BJP and Congress, and it will continue because the government will keep changing. Somehow, I slightly agree with the Congress person on the point that there should be liability, right? Everybody is talking about the liability should be there. Now the problem is, who will fix the liability? Who will bring the law for fixing the liability? On the same show with some other anchor, I given a proposal to Aishwarya, who was from Congress in the last government. I sent all the emails to her and proposal was given. I sent letters to 28 state CMs mentioning that what should be the proposal in the law, how we can fix the accountability. The whole provision is sent to them. I met Nitin Gadkari also from the BJP. He also knows that what is a proposal that where this pothole death can be stopped. So I have a proposal given. The idea is given. I have given all the technological ideas that how we can report the pothole, how we can fix the accountability, which step should be the penalty and then the punishment. Everything is given. So they have all the solutions. So do you think they do not know the solution? Seriously, they know the solution. They don't want to implement.
But why?
The contractors and the officials, they all are merged together, right? And somebody was saying that who will file the FIR? I am fighting my case in the court. There is an FIR filed. It is 12 years now. I am fighting my case. I already had 40 dates in the court. I am going to Chandigarh. I'm going to Faridabad trial court. I am just, police station somewhere else to some NGOs. So I am being like, after getting the victimized by the pothole death of my son, my wife went to 23 surgeries also. She was on bed for 1 year. I am asked to follow each and every procedure of the country, of every law I am following. What else I need to do? I am paying my taxes, right? Still, there is no law. So we can have maybe 1,000 more debates. We can have 10,000 more deaths. Then also I can tell you, with this attitude of BJP and Congress both, I met Dipen Singh Hooda, I met Kumari Shelja in Congress, I met Nitin Gadkari in personal. No changes. They see you, they hear you, they take the documents, then you forget them, they forget you. That's it. Only the photographs will be taken. That's it. So after paying taxes, nobody will be taking care of you.
No,
you just need to pay the tax.
It is a crime in this country to be a tax-paying citizen.
It's not about only tax-paying person. It's about taking birth in this country is a crime. I'm telling you from my heart. And trust me, there is a God who will definitely do the justice one day with everyone who is denying the justice. It can be political leaders, it can be judges sitting in the court, it can be policemen who is not doing their duty, it can be common man who is not reporting and only saying Jai Jaikar to a political party. It can be any party. I don't bother. आप किसको वोट देते हो, this is not my problem. Once you vote to a particular party, उनको काम करने के लिए you need to ask them to work. They are killing you one by one. Everybody is getting died. See, this 32-year-old woman, you never know to whom she voted. She might have voted to Congress. She might have voted to BJP. She was a voter also, right? But she died. Who cares about the voter here? This is a number, right? This is one number.
Dhruv and Prashant, this is exactly what I would have come to. That we are talking about pothole deaths, 17 deaths, 20 deaths, 18 deaths. These are, these may be statistics to the media like us. These may be statistics to politicians like you. But for Mr. Wadhwa, this is not a statistic. For Medha's parents, this will not be a statistic. In Mr. Wadhwa's case, he has been trying to get justice for 11 years. Still nowhere close. Do governments realize what their corruption does to citizens in this country?
Share one point.
I doubt.
One point I want to add.
I doubt they do.
Yes. Shreya, I completely empathize with what has happened to Manojji and his family.
1 minute. Manojji wants to say a point and then I'll come to you, Mr. Prashant. Manojji, go ahead.
Thank you, Shreya. I see, we all agree what we are doing, right? What is the solution we all know, as I mentioned before. Can you promise me, both the gentlemen from Congress and BJP, today you will go to your party office, discuss with Mr. Nitin Gadkari and Mr. CM in your state? Can we make a law in the Karnataka? I have a proposal ready. In 10 minutes, I can send you the email. Are you ready to deploy the proposal I am sharing? You can tell me which point is not right, which point is you are going to implement. I have the proposal ready with all the automation, all the technological. Just 1 minute, 30 seconds, sorry. GPS is there, mobile is there. We can report the potholes. Give the authority to people to report. Give the accountability of the policemen and the official contractors. Send them to jail. They are running on our taxes. Who are they?
Mr. Wadhwa, after 11 years, you still have hope from politicians. You're a very optimistic person. Anyway, Mr. Prashant, first and then Dhruv Jatti.
So firstly, deep sympathies and empathies with what Manoj has gone through. We definitely cannot get back what he has lost, but we have to collectively understand and agree that the system has failed him. We are not even saying shifting the blame. The system has failed him. Because the pointed question was on what will BJP do. With my limited, say in the party, I can assure you that this particular proposal, what you will be sharing with us, will be taken up to the people who matter. And I will also keep you posted on what happens on a regular basis to see what best can be done to ensure that the fixing of potholes becomes a reality. Offline, I will take your details from the team of Shreya. I would take the initiative. I would take your number. And I assure you that we will take it to the people who matter and ensure that the systems are better. Because at the end of the day, if the systems are cleaned up, the nation will prosper. When we're talking about Viksit Bharat, the responsibility has to begin somewhere, and we assure you as BJP that the responsibility to take responsibility has begun. I will take
you are a well-meaning citizen. You are a well-meaning citizen, Mr. Prashant. You are a well-meaning citizen, but may I remind you that the BJP can make big promises in Karnataka, but they should go and look at national highways that are inaugurated one day and 2 weeks later there are massive craters.
Let's see that what happened in Dehradun also. We have seen. We're not even disputing, but at least Manoj's proposal.
Disputing se farak nahi padta hai. The fact that it is happening back to back means that there is massive corruption in building roads in this country. And you have not been able to fix it, and the Congress in Karnataka has not been able to fix it. Dhruv Jatti.
Shreya, I deeply, very carefully listened to what Manoj ji said. I have only one simple point to make. Karnataka is number one in many things, FDI, so many things, but we are genuinely the biggest backbenchers when it comes to any of this. I mean, look at the suggestions that Sandeep ji had given from the Citizens Forum. This is out there in the open. Ministers know about it. Everybody knows about it, but why isn't it implemented? Manoj ji, Prashant and I can both take this. Our Karnataka Assembly is currently going on. We can take it to our leaders. Is it actually going to get implemented? Is the opposition going to speak about it?
Dhruv Jatti, your chief minister is also the Bangalore Guardian minister, the Bangalore Development Minister.
Understood. The thing is, all of this is in front of them. Why is it still not getting implemented is the real question.
Sandeep, even the Congress spokesperson is fed up. Even Dhruv is fed up. And helpless.
Look at me as a Bengaluru citizen.
No, I am looking at you as a Bangalore citizen. But I'm also looking at you as a spokesperson of the Congress party who has given up on his own party.
It's not about giving up on my own party, Shreya. I can defend my party on 1,000 things. I can say they are the best in 1,000 things. But it takes real guts to come on air and speak about what is actually happening in the city.
I appreciate this.
We need transparency.
10 seconds.
I need Sandeep wants to come in. Go ahead, Sandeep.
See, as it were, our government lets us down. Now, at least when the government the ruling party spokesperson comes on the panel, we expect them to take some responsibility. I mean, you can't avoid accountability everywhere. At least here you should tell us what the government is going to do about it.
Sandeep, we will take
I will tell you what the government is going to do. What will Dhruv Jatti tell you? The government will sanction another 5,000 crores. And then 5 months down the line, there will be another death because of potholes. And then we'll again discuss where these 5,000 crores have gone. This is what will happen.
Dhruv is representing the Congress party. At least if he says, okay, what I've said is not rocket science. It's all in the public. It's basically the constitution law. So why can't he say that the government will look at doing it?
It is there in front of the people. It has to be taken up. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm on the same page as you. Literally on the same page as you. Your issues solve most of everything. Make it transparent. Put the labels of which engineer has filled which road where. Let the public know about it. You have the best solution to everything. But why is it not getting implemented?
Can I get 10 seconds,
Are you not
please?
representing your party here right now?
I am, Sandeep. I am. But we really need to make sure that all of these issues are taken more seriously. We have to make sure that our politicians take it. The party, the government, the opposition, people in politics in general.
Mr. Vadva?
Yeah, I was just saying, let's have a follow-up show after 1 week. Let's see where they both gentlemen from BJP and Congress can take us.
Okay.
Can they accept the challenge? Can they accept the challenge? I am the national TV. I am challenging to both of you. Give me the solution and implement it in Karnataka first, because you both are in power. Sorry, Congress is in power, but you have the majority. Let's make the law in Karnataka first. Set a example. We'll take it to the national, like Nitin Gadkari again, back with the help of BJP. Is it
Mr.
okay?
Vadhva, I'll tell you this. You're optimistic. I am pessimistic. Mr. Prashant is well-meaning and Dhruv Jatti is well-meaning. That is very clear. They may even go back to their parties and, put your proposal in front of their parties and say, this is something that can be done. I doubt anything will be done. This is now gone on for way too long. Like the people of Bengaluru, I have lost hope too. I don't know what is the solution to potholes. I just want all our viewers to remember that Mr. Vadhva's son was 5 years old. He lost a 5-year-old son to potholes in this country. Medha was 35 years old. Mr. Vadhva, it's been 11 years. He's nowhere close to getting justice. There is no accountability that has been fixed for his son's death. This is what a pothole death means, ladies and gentlemen. It is not just a statistic. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. G.S. Prasad, Dhruv Jatti, Sandeep Anirudhan, and Manoj Vadhva. Thank you very much. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, a break. News and updates continue. Do stay with us.